Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel, and thank you for joining me for this special reaction video. Why you never mess with a guard of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Now, I know little bits of information about the American Unknown Soldier based obviously at Arlington. I've had a lot of requests for this video off the back of a reaction to the song Arlington by Trace Atkins. That was an amazing song, by the way. I'll leave a link at the end if anybody wants to watch that. But back to the Tomb. I know bits and pieces of information about this. I'm a veteran myself, so we always we know little bits about this. We have our own unknown soldier here in the UK, located at Westminster Abbey. Now, obviously, being within a religious establishment, I'm fairly confident our tomb is not under guard 24 hours a day, but I know that Arlington's tomb is, so I'm interested to find out a little bit more about the guard and what they go through. Like I said, I know little bits of snippets, so whether they come up or they don't, but I'm fairly confident I'm definitely going to learn something new. So there's only one thing left to do. Let's go.
If requested that all visitors remain behind the changing rail. Get behind the rail!
The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier is one of the most continuously guarded monuments in the world. It's patrolled 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, regardless of the weather, by an elite regiment of soldiers known as Sentinels. These Sentinels are highly trained specialists in superb physical condition, ready at a moment's notice to defend the honor of fallen war heroes. So what makes the old guard of the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier so feared and respected? And what happens when people push the boundaries and try to mess with one of...
Sorry, I'm just going to pause it there just quickly. This is possibly, obviously not true from what I remember, but one piece of information I always had about the tomb, specifically at Arlington, is that none of the guards would wear rank insignia, like one of the gentlemen there is wearing, because it was deemed it could possibly be disrespectful to the unknown soldier due to the fact that they did not know what rank he was. So yeah, that was possibly a myth that I'd picked up on, but because obviously somebody there is wearing rank insignia, and I always had in my head that they was not allowed to wear rank insignia as one of the guards. So I'm possibly now definitely wrong on that because I'm looking at somebody wearing rank insignia, but that was just one of the possible myths that I've picked up somewhere along the line. So yeah, clearly I was wrong with that one. But yeah, let's keep on going.
Of the guards? Let's find out. The Old Guard is essentially ceremonial special forces, and despite their seemingly mundane job, they represent the very best of the best the Army can offer. It's so elite that less than 20% of all volunteers are accepted for training, and of those, only a fraction pass training to become fully fledged Tomb Guards. In fact, the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier Guard Identification Badge is the third least awarded badge in the entire United States Army, behind Military Horseman ID badges and astronaut badges. To become a Tomb Guard, an Old Guard soldier must volunteer by applying for appointment to the tomb through the Sergeant of the Guard. To be considered for an appointment, the soldier must be highly motivated and disciplined, and possess a strong military bearing and soldierly appearance. If appointed, the soldier is assigned to the tomb for an initial 2-week training period. Upon reporting to a relief, the trainee is assigned a Tomb Guard trainer. The trainer informs the trainee of what is expected of them, including following strict rules, training guidelines, and the need for complete dedication and commitment to the tomb. The training cycle is intense, consisting of a series of 5 exhaustive tests over 6 to 12 months. These tests focus on ceremonial performance, uniform preparation, and knowledge. If the trainee completes the training cycle and passes the tests, they are able to flawlessly conduct 7 different types of ceremonies, meet the highest standards of uniform preparation, and recite 35 pages of information without error. If the
35 pages of information without error. That is seriously impressive for anybody in any job. So that is incredibly impressive. Now, obviously, you can tell that a lot of their time would be ceremonial skill at arms drill, something I was never great at. and would never usually volunteer for any sort of ceremonial duties, just wasn't comfortable with that kind of situation. So, but you have to take your hats off to anybody who volunteered for this. This wasn't somebody kind of drafted in as a duty from within their regiment. This is obviously people who have, with the highest of standards and the highest of morals, have volunteered for this. And that alone, just for volunteering for this, you have to take your hat off to them, whether they've passed it or not, and whether they became a guardsman or not. So yeah, the highest levels of respect to these guards, because they are giving the highest level of respect to the unknown soldier. So you have to absolutely take your hat off to them for that. So yeah, let's keep on going.
Trainee fails any test, they are assigned back to their company. The successful trainee is awarded the Tomb Guard Identification Badge and will be from then on referred to as a Tomb Guard or badge holder by their fellow Sentinels. Demonstrating how serious a role this is considered to be, the Tomb Guard Identification Badge is the only military badge that can be revoked for any action that brings disrespect to the tomb. The Unknown Soldier. On the 11th of November 1921, the remains of an unknown American soldier were returned from the battlefields of France. Unidentified remains weren't uncommon during World War I, and without DNA profiling or reliable ways to match the list of missing soldiers with the discovered corpses, many bodies were simply marked as unknown. For this reason, the U.S. government approved the construction of a memorial in the Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia, United States. This would be the final resting place of the returned unknown soldier, and would serve as a monument to all deceased military personnel who were either lost or the remains never identified.
Sorry, just going back to that one. Some of you may know or may not know why, but is there a reason Arlington was chosen for this? Or did many kind of cemeteries or military cemeteries apply, and Arlington just kind of was top? Is there a reason? Basically, the question I'm asking is, was there a reason for Arlington being chosen? So if anybody does know the answer to that question, please let me know in the comments. I'd be very, very interested to find out. So yeah, let's keep on going.
The remains of the unknown soldier were interred beneath a 3-level white marble tomb covered in a stone slab. Intricate carvings decorate the sides, including wreaths and figures representing peace, victory, and valor. The rear of the sarcophagus includes an inscription which reads, "Here rests in honored glory an American soldier known but to God." Why you shouldn't mess with a tomb guard. While the role of the sentinel is mostly ceremonial, there are some things you just don't do when visiting the tomb of the unknown soldier. The old guards will appear strong and silent, that is until you break one of their rules. Cross over the barrier into the plaza and you'll probably hear this.
It is requested that all visitors remain behind the changing rails at all times. Remain behind the changing rails. Behind the chain and rail.
Wow, I wasn't expecting him to make his rifle ready to shoot. That I wasn't expecting. I was expecting at least another verbal warning before making the rifle ready. So yeah, that's interesting. In a way, good, because it shows how seriously these guards take their position and how little they will stand for people breaking the rules. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised though if that person he's shouting at right now needed a change of pants, especially after he heard that rifle cock. So yeah, I like that. I like the respect you give. Let's keep going.
Respect and silence is required at all times. If you're being loud, rude, and obnoxious, you'll likely get this response.
Remain standing for this ceremony. It is requested that everyone maintains a level of silence and respect. It is requested that everyone maintain an atmosphere of silence and respect at all times.
These sentinels are very similar to the Queen's Guard at Buckingham Palace. However, they aren't trained to remain still at all times. Get too close and the sentinels will gladly point their M14 rifle straight at you. They aren't messing about. Day in the life of a tomb guard. The Old Guard is made up of 3 tomb squads or reliefs, numbered 1st through to 3rd. Unlike traditional army units, tomb reliefs are organized based on height, so that the tomb guards are similar in size during the changing of the guard. The 3 reliefs are on duty utilizing 24-hour rotating shifts. A tomb guard's day begins at 5 a.m., with arrival at the tomb quarters 1 for duty. The tomb guards will inspect the quarters, prepare their uniforms, review orders, and receive their duty assignments for the coming day. At 6:30 a.m., the tomb guards inspect the trainees' readiness and uniforms. If a trainee meets relevant standards, the tomb guard may allow them to walk the first morning guard change known as bolo at 7 a.m. The evening bolo will be the final change and walk of the day. During the hours of the day, the Arlington National Cemetery is open to visitors. The tomb guards will perform several changing of the guard and wreath-laying ceremonies and walking the mat. During summer hours, the changing of the guard ceremony takes place every half hour, and during winter hours, every hour. Although all walks are important, the most coveted walk for a tomb guard is the midday noon moon walk. During the same time, the trainees perform mirror time, conduct uniform preparation, study knowledge, check in wreaths, and alert the tomb guards of the next changing of the guard.
10 minutes. 10 minutes.
While guarding the tomb, sentinels do not display rank.
Oh, I was hoping it was going to go a little bit more into that noon moon walk as to why it was so special. So if anybody has any information on that, please put that in the comments as well. I'll try and do a bit of research after this. I won't just leave it all to you guys. But yeah, if anyone knows any specific reason that's so important, and I'm not sure why they skipped over it so quickly, but I would be interested to know. Let's keep going.
Rank insignia. This is done so as not to outrank the unknown soldier, whatever their rank may have been. The tomb is guarded 24 hours a day and 365 days a year. So after the evening bolo, no ceremonial changes and walks in battle dress uniforms are performed until the next morning's bolo. Guarding the tomb. In March 1926, the U.S. decided to post a permanent guard over the tomb of the unknown soldier. Soldiers from the nearby Fort Myers, members of the 3rd Cavalry Regiment, nicknamed the Brave Rifles, were first assigned to guard the tomb. At first, they were enlisted only during daylight hours and served just to discourage visitors to climb on or disrespect the monument. By 1937, guarding the tomb became a round-the-clock job, and on April 6, 1948, the 3rd U.S. Infantry Regiment, known as the Old Guard, was designated as the Army's official ceremonial unit, tasked with guarding the tomb of the unknown soldier. Old Guard myths. The tomb guard sentinels have a bit of an intimidating reputation, and it's all thanks to some pretty fantastic urban myths that have surrounded the Old Guard for decades. Fortunately, we're here to separate fact from fiction. According to one urban legend, sentinels live for 2 years in a barracks under the tomb and are not allowed to swear, watch television, or drink alcohol for the rest of their lives. Fortunately, this is completely false, and members of the Old Guard are allowed to indulge in the occasional off-duty vice.
Knowing the soldiers that I know and some of the soldiers that I've worked with, I think you would struggle to find many that would volunteer for any job, knowing that they would have to give up drinking and swearing and watching TV for the rest of their lives. I think you would probably struggle to find anybody, especially a soldier, willing to give that up. So I'm glad that's a myth.
And finally, it was once rumored that during Hurricane Isabel in 2003, the tomb sentinels refused orders to abandon their post, despite the inclement weather, and perished in the storm. While it's a cool story, it's also bogus. While the tomb requires 24/7 guarding, contingencies are in place in case of lightning, high winds, or torrential conditions.
Okay everybody, there it was. Why you never mess with a guard of the tomb of the unknown soldier. What I saw there was some of the most dedicated individuals you will ever see to their profession. I mean, they've obviously gone through military training. Nearly every single one of these men and women would have served their country on tours of duty, and to then volunteer for what is probably one of the most respected positions It's definitely within their regiment, if not the entire army or the entire military forces, of becoming a tomb guard. It is an incredible honour to probably receive this, and you have to take your hats off to them for completing the training and, well, for volunteering for the training. Like I said earlier, these guys were not drafted in. It wasn't given to them as orders that they have to do this. They volunteered for this position, and with that comes an incredible amount of respect to be given to them and towards the unknown soldier itself. I was a little bit confused. Maybe one of you can clear this up for me. There was many guards were wearing rank insignia on their arms, but then it did mention in the video that rank insignia isn't worn as a sign of respect to the unknown soldier. So I'm not sure where it actually stands. If any of you have got some more detailed information, I always know that these videos are never 100% accurate, so if any of you guys can clear that up for me, it would be much appreciated. But yeah, incredible video. Definitely not to be messed with, and to the point where only one verbal warning was given before a rifle was made ready is incredibly intimidating, especially to a civilian probably. So if any of you have ever been to Arlington, let me know how it felt to be there. Let me know if you've ever witnessed anybody break the rules at Arlington and what happened. It'd be interesting to know. So yeah, really good video. Really enjoyed this, learned a little bit more, and that's what it's all about. So thank you for recommending this, and until next time, take care and goodbye for now.